This evening we had what we're calling an assassination attempt against our former president, Donald Trump.
It sounded like there were fireworks, and everybody kind of hesitated, like, what's happening? Before Trump, like, swatted his ear, you could see that he actually had that he dropped, and that's when everybody had the initial reaction to drop to the ground, and it was just like people were just on top of each other.
We are hearing more witness accounts after shots were fired at former President Donald Trump at a campaign event in Pennsylvania. We want to thank you for joining us for ABC 15 News at 5. I'm Christine Stanwood. You just heard from President Biden in a special ABC News report with David Muir. Biden speaking to the nation saying, quote, "It's time to lower the temperature in our country," and going on to say we must not go down road of political violence in America after an attempted Trump assassination. It is the story striking the nation tonight. And right now, we're going to show you the moments the shooting occurred. And as a warning, this can be graphic for some viewers to hear.
Look at what happened.
Gunfire erupting just minutes into his speech. The former president then grabbing his right ear, ducking behind the podium. Secret Service was able to shield Trump, lifting him to his feet, then escorting him to a vehicle as he pumped his fist in the air. Trump later revealed he was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of his ear. Right now, former President Donald Trump has landed in Milwaukee ahead of the Republican National Convention happening tomorrow. This just hours after an assassination attempt. The latest statement from Trump coming from a Truth Social statement saying partially, we will fear not, and added, our love goes out to other victims and their families. We are waiting to hear from more statements in addition to what we just heard from President Joe Biden. However, earlier today, he did give a statement on the latest developments. Here's what he had to say.
As I said last night, there is no place in America for this kind of violence, or any violence for that matter. An assassination attempt is contrary to everything we stand for as a nation, everything. It's not who we are as a nation. It's not America. And we cannot allow this to happen. Unity is the most elusive goal of all, but nothing is important than that right now, unity.
And President Biden just echoing that same sentiment moments ago, as you just heard. The president also going on to say he was grateful that Trump was doing well and recovering. He acknowledged a short but good conversation that he had with the former president. President Biden also extending his condolences to the family whose loved one was killed in the shooting. And tonight, we are learning more about that innocent spectator at the rally. Officials have identified the victim as 50-year-old Corey Comparator. He was a husband and father of two. His family posting tributes online after his death. Today, he's being called a hero.
Corey was a girl dad. Corey was a firefighter. Corey went to church every Sunday. Corey loved his community. And most especially, Corey loved his family. Corey was an avid supporter of the former president and was so excited to be there last night with him in the community. I asked Corey's wife if it would be okay for me to share that we spoke. She said yes. She also asked that I share with all of you that Corey died a hero. That Corey dove on his family to protect them last night at this rally. Corey was the very best of us.
Two other people were critically injured, but both are now stable. Trump's campaign has started a GoFundMe page to raise money for the victims shot during Saturday's rally. The campaign's issuing a statement that says the former president authorized the account so people can financially help the families of those wounded or killed during this rally. And the suspect in the shooting at the Trump campaign rally in western Pennsylvania has now been identified by officials. Sources say early indications are the shooter acted as a lone wolf, but this investigation, of course, is still ongoing. Here's ABC's Alex Perche from Butler, Pennsylvania, with what we're learning today.
On Sunday, investigators closing in on a neighborhood south of Pittsburgh as they dive deeper into the man authorities say opened fire at a rally of former President Trump in Pennsylvania.
We had what we're calling an assassination attempt against our former president, Donald Trump.
The FBI using DNA and biometrics to identify the suspect as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. Seen in this screenshot, investigators confirming to ABC News they believe it shows the suspect receiving his diploma, the image now part of their probe. Several former classmates describe him as quiet and very smart. Two former members of the school's rifle club say he was interested in joining but was rejected because he was, quote, a bad shot. An administrator at Bethel Park Skilled Nursing and Rehab Center confirming to ABC News that Crooks worked there as a dietary aide and that they had no concerns about him. The day of the attack, authorities say the suspect was neutralized by a Secret Service counter sniper. Law enforcement sources tell ABC News the early evidence points to the shooter being a lone wolf gunman.
And they're searching to see if the shooter had any social media presence, and if so, whether there were any indications of violence or extremism. We're told he's a registered Republican, and as of yet, there's no signs of an extensive criminal background.
Investigators searching the suspect's home and car, saying they found what appears to be explosives in his car. The shooter allegedly used an AR-15 style rifle, which, according to multiple law enforcement sources, was purchased legally by his father. Alex Perche, ABC News, Butler, Pennsylvania.